Hello, welcome back to my channel Awesome Learning, and today we are going to again do a revision of few important, very important concepts of nucleotide and the structure and few discoveries of DNA, which we have already done in parts in the previous video. So a brief up of all the three previous videos will be given to you first in this video, then we will be continuing to the structure of DNA. So children, as we have already done this, that Mescher found a chemical. Now pay attention, few things which I have added on in this video. Please note down because these things were not available to you in the previous video. So Mescher found a chemical from the pus cells of owl, okay, and said that this chemical is responsible for heredity. That means he said that this chemical was the one which was responsible for passing on the characters from one generation to the other generation. And he gave the name of the chemical as nuclein. Then children, later on, Altman tried to do certain experiments on the nuclein, and he said that, or he found that the chemical nature of nuclein was acidic, and so he gave the name of the nuclein to be nucleic acids. Children, nucleic acids are of two types, DNA and RNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid and RNA is ribonucleic acid. Children, DNA is the genetic material of many, or you can say maximum organisms have genetic material in the form of DNA, but few viruses are exception because they have RNA as their genetic material. Now this we have also done that DNA is a long polymer. You know what is a polymer? It is a big chain which contains monomers, small subunits called monomers. Similarly, DNA is a polymer and the monomer of DNA is nucleotide. That means DNA is made up of many nucleotides which are joined together to form a big polymer. Children, the nucleotide of DNA are called deoxyribonucleotides. Now, the chemical nature of deoxyribonucleotides, let's see, that means the structure, the chemical structure of nucleotide. Children, a nucleotide has three components. One is the phosphate group, other one is the sugar, and a nitrogenous base. This is the structure of phosphate group. Children, the sugar present in case of DNA is C5H10O4. The sugar is also known as deoxyribose sugar, and this is the structure of the sugar. Children, the nitrogenous base are of two types, purines and pyrimidines. Purine is a 9-ring compound. You can see the 9 rings I have made, the 9 positions. Position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now out of these 9 positions, children, position number 1 and 3, 7 and 9 are the positions where ammonia group or NH group is attached. These are the positions where ammonia group is attached. This is about purines. Now let us see about pyrimidines. It is a 6-ring compound and there are only 2 positions for the joining of amino group, that is NH group, that is position number 1 and 3. Now children, let us see the structure. Remember, all these 3 components join together to form one nucleotide. So let us see how the one nucleotide is formed. When we join all the three components, I said, that means linking should be done for all the three components. Children, this is the phosphate group. This is the sugar. And this is the nitrogenous base. Here we have taken purine as the nitrogenous base. Okay, now children, the phosphate group always attaches at the fifth prime carbon of the sugar. Remember this. Phosphate group always attaches to the fifth prime carbon of the sugar. Okay, and the sugar can join to the nitrogenous base at any of the four positions, like position number 1, 3, 7 and 9. They can join anywhere. Suppose here it can join to the 7th group also, it can join to the 9th one also, it can join to the first one or 3rd one. Okay, so phosphate is linked with sugar at fifth prime position by a bond called phosphodiester bond. So this bond, the bond between sugar and the phosphate group, is called phosphodiester bond or linkage, you can say, and the bond between sugar and the nitrogenous base can be called as glycosidic bond. Now let me show how these bonds are formed. This I have already told you, glycosidic bond. Children, just to show you how is it done, see, this is the sugar. The yellow portion is the, that I am drawing for you all, is the sugar. This is the phosphate group and this is the nitrogenous base. Okay. Now children, remember, as I told you, phosphate group will join at the fifth carbon. So this is your fifth position, fifth carbon here. And how is it joining? How will it join? It will join, OH group of phosphate group will combine with the H of this carbon, and a water molecule will be formed which will be taken out. You see, water molecule will be formed which will be taken out, and a bond will be formed between the two, and that bond is called phosphorester linkage or phosphodiester bond. Similarly, here the OH group of first carbon, first position, see, the OH group here will combine with the H of the amino, and a water molecule will be taken out, and hence here also a link or a bond will be formed, and this bond is called glycosidic linkage or glycosidic bond. So children, these are the condensation of chemical reactions, because in both the bonding procedures water is removed or taken out. Okay, one more thing I told you in the previous videos also, when nitrogenous base bonds with sugar through glycosidic bond, the combination formed is called nucleoside, and when this nucleoside gets bonded with the phosphate group by phosphodiester linkage, the combination then is called nucleotide. Okay, right? So this was a little